Today we are going to look into another sub of statistics, which is called group frequency distribution. A group frequency distribution is a frequency distribution with small frequencies or large range of values of a grouping data. So looking at this example given, as work example 1, it says the number of overtime hours per week worked by employees at a factory are as follows. They gave us the large range of values, as we were saying. So the large range of values, these are the large range of values given, and you could see that the intervals are 10 by even counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it's in 10 folds. That's 10 folds. So like you could know that the intervals are what? 10. Looking at the large range of values given. So when we say the interval is just the range. Is the range of the data. So the range of the group, the possible values, the large possible values of a group. The range of the large possible values of a group is the interval or class interval. So you could know that as I said earlier, the intervals will be 10. So, but before that, if you can create a table, for this, since we know that the class interval is 10. You know that the class interval is 10. So since we are able to identify the interval or the large possible range value, which is 10, then we are now to put this into a group data. We are now to put this data into a grouped one. So since we have the interval, if you want to put this into a grouped one in a table, this is what you do. You look at the highest value here and then the lowest value here. You divide through by both of them. Whatever you get, then whatever you get from there, then you use that, what you get, to arrange the classes of group data. Then from there you group. So this is how you are going to do it. Let me clean this data, since the space is all occupied. So before I clean, the highest value here is 66, which is the highest value. 66. This is the highest value, and then the lowest value is I think 11. So let me clean this and then write it all for you to see. So you look at the highest value. So we are going to write the highest value and the lowest value. Then we continue. So the highest value of the work example, the highest value is 66, and then the lowest value is 11. So when you divide them, when you divide them, you get 6. So when you divide them, you get 6, which you can do so by punching on your calculator. So when you divide this, so if you want to know the number, we do the division. If you want to know the number of classes you are going to arrange, if you want to know the number of classes to arrange, that is when we do this. So to find the number of classes to be grouped, it implies 66, which is the highest number divided by the lowest value in the data, in the large range of value data given. So by dividing, we get 6. Since we get 6 using our multiplication table, we get 6. So 6. So we got 6. So our number of classes is going to be arranged. So therefore arrange 6 classes. 6 classes of interval 10. We know how we had our interval value by looking at our large range of values given, and then now we know our number of classes we are going to arrange, which is 6, by picking the highest value in the large range of values, and then the lowest value in the large range of values. So this is how we do it. So let's continue. Since we have this information, these two information, we can now create our frequency distribution table. So by creating the table, to determine, we are going to create the table. Let me clean this to continue. So to determine the frequency, to determine the frequency distribution, comma, we set our table. So we set up the table below. To determine frequency distribution, to determine the frequency distribution, we set up the table below. So we are now moving on to our table. So the question speaks about the overtime, the number of overtime hours per week worked by employees at a factory at the factory. And then now we know that our how do you call it? We are going to arrange our class in six, and then the number of interval is going to be 10. So by doing so, we just create our table. We just create our table. So you create your nice table. Just create our table. This is our tally. This is our frequency. This is the number of runs. So the number of runs. So since it's going to be an interval, this is how our table will look like. So since our interval is 10, and then the number of classes is going to be 6. The interval is 10, so from 10 to 19, then 20 to 29, 30 to 39, then 40 to 49, then 50 to 59, then 60 to 69. Since our interval is 10, so from 10 to 19 it has a 10 interval, and then 20 to 29 has also a 10 interval, then and it continues that way. And then we are able to end here because we checked our highest value, which was 66, and then lowest value, which was 11, the one we did previously, and then we divided the 66 by 11, and then we got to know that by our division it resulted at 6, and 6 is going to be the arrangement. So by counting, you could see that the data which is being grouped, the interval, the range grouped now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is why we stopped here. So that is that. Stop here. So let me. So that is that. So this is the end here. That's our table. So now then you complete this by looking at the values, large range of values given. So when you go back to the data, you could see that if you have, you could check that the number of values within this range is 2 by counting. When you count, you know that the number of value within this range is 2. So you just bring your 2 here, then you write 2 at the frequency. Then from 20 to 29, the range of values there was also, by counting, was also 6. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6. So the fifth one, you cross it, then you write the 6. Then you write the 6 there. Then the next one, 30 to 39, the range of values there was 14. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. When you count there, you take, that is how you do. So when I count 1, 2, 3, then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 10. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 14. Then you write your 14. Then when you move to 40 to 49, you can also realize that it was by counting. Let's count. It's 17, but let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. So which is 17. So that is that. Then you continue, you do the same process for 50, which is 8. The 50, the range of values there. When we see range of values, numbers ranging from 50 to 59. Numbers ranging from 50 to 59. So it was also 8. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 8. Then numbers ranging from 60 to 69. Looking at your large range of values given to you is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then you are done. So that's the final answer.